tweet it out here so everybody can join in. 1 second. Do 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 do. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. Happy Thursday, everybody. A little bit of a hangover in the market here today after St. Patrick's Day, after Fed Day yesterday. So a bit of a pullback there, but it's all good. We were kind of expecting something like that to happen. So, but some interesting stuff. We'll take a look at the price action here in a little bit. Today we're going to be continuing our series, wrapping up our series here on magical triangles. Hopefully you guys have found it enlightening and edifying. And today it'll be a fun one. So we're actually going to do a little Elliott Wave triangles on this one. So good stuff there. Before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off with the market here today. And then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening. And then, let me get this pulled up over here. Yep. And then we're going to go over the topic, and then we'll take questions in chart quests. And it'll be great. So let's get started. Here we go. All right. So SPX. Ooh, get a little bit of a pop-up right there. So SPX down 58 points today. So a bit of rejection off the recent all-time highs, right? But still green here on the monthly chart, so that's good. Weekly chart, again, upper shadow right here, kind of turning into kind of a scary shooting star right now off of that last doji reversal move. So we'll see how much this holds going in tomorrow. Now, guys, don't forget tomorrow is quad witching day, right? What does that mean? That means it's 4 expirations going on, right? So you got your futures options, you got your monthly options and weekly options, right? So all that stuff can lead to some interesting Friday moves, or like what we like to call Friday shenanigans, right? So they should be amped up a little bit, at least by 4 times tomorrow. So quad witching day tomorrow. So if you guys don't like trading during the witch, wait till next week. So anyway, good stuff there. So anyway, daily chart here. We pulled back today. We had a great candle yesterday. Everything was looking awesome, right? But we were a little bit concerned today in the bubble report. We talked about the possibility of this being an ending diagonal up here, and that we could be working on an ABC pullback, right? So here's the wave count as we're seeing it now. We've got this kind of this 1, 2. Right, so that's the start of it, right? Remember, it was a while for us to get this going, and it finally did, right? And we got this nice 1, 2, and then we have this kind of this pullback right here, which is interesting. We originally thought this was maybe like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the way things were going is we continue to go back up. Wait a second, this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, right? 3, 4, 5, part of a wave 5 of 3, right? So at this point now, this looks like wave 5 of 3, right? And so at this point now, it looks like we're possibly working on a larger kind of ABC type move. So tomorrow's gonna be very, very interesting. Actually, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a push to the upside right here to see what kind of ABC we get. It's hard to call right here, but I'm looking for an ABC pullback for a wave 4, right? And so don't forget, wave 4 would be is typically found at the 382 retrace, right, from the start of wave 2. Right, so we may see sort of like an A, B, C type move and then get going again if this thing wants to continue to work on its larger impulsive move up. So pretty cool stuff there. We're going to be tracking that going into tomorrow and into next week, and then we'll see how it goes. So good stuff. So let's take a look at the intraday price action. Obviously, you can see there was some red here today. So we got a big pullback here, and it was kind of interesting, right? So this is the big thing. This is anytime you have a crazy event like yesterday, where it just kind of just popped out, even on like really no real news. I mean, basically rates were unchanged, right? So it was really just kind of like, okay, here we go, Fed day. So Algo's bought it up. Let's go. And so they kept on buying it up, right? And it was a big push right here, and then they pushed it into the close again. And I think it got a lot of people bullish. And the market loves to trap as many people as possible, and so they ended up gapping down here today. We got really, really close to this level here on the SPX. We actually tagged it on the ES, right? And then we ended up kind of grinding up off of it, right? Kind of making that move here. But you can see, like, it loves to return to the scene of the breakout, right? So we did that here today. And then the point is we were really, really choppy in this area. If they wanted to test it earlier, they could have. Well, what we found is that they really didn't want to go higher today. And so once we got back to this level, lower it was, right? So it was pretty cool. This is right from our game plan this morning in the bubble report. There was some nice clear air between these levels right here, and we got a nice push down here into the end of the day. I'll show you what that looks like here on the futures. So if we go to the S&P futures here, you'll see our signal zones. big push between levels, right? So we knew if we lost yesterday's lows, we had some good space to the next zone below, which also triggered this poor low to get tested, the 312 poor low to get tested. And a lot of times we can see a little bit of follow through from that, and that ended up holding the support right now. So we're up about 5 points right now, kind of bouncing off of these levels. Like we said, we could see a larger B wave up. We could see kind of this A, B, C-ish type move up going into tomorrow, based on the hourly count on the SPX. So we'll see how it holds. We'll see how it holds through overnight, but pretty much looking at some chop right now going into the evening. So just kind of keep an eye on this geometric line right here, right? And keep an eye on this geometric line right here. And oh, it kind of looks like a triangle. Isn't that neat? So good stuff. So that brings us right to our topic here. So as we're wrapping up this series of magical triangles, and so today we're going to talk a little bit more about Elliott Wave triangles, right? So it's just kind of another cool tool to have in the toolkit when you guys are working on wave counts. And the really cool part about Elliott Wave triangles, right, is that they only occur in waves B, okay, and waves 4. So what does that mean? So anybody who's new to Elliott Wave, right? So this is wave 1, right? If you're going up, this is wave 2, 3, 4, 5. And what are the rules of Elliott Wave? The first rule is that wave 2 doesn't intersect the start of wave 1, wave 4 doesn't intersect the end of wave 1, and wave 3 is never the shortest wave. So this is pretty close to being that. So when you label these, right, when you're going up or down, right, you always start with the first impulsive wave up, right? So here's your wave 1, right? Here's your wave 2, here's your wave 3. And I don't know why I'm doing this in Roman numerals right now, but just to make it more challenging, I guess. Wave 4, right, and wave 5. Right, and so what we find is that in the corrective waves, right, which are your wave 2s and 4s, right, is that wave 2 is that these are made up of an ABC move or some sort of configuration thereof, right, and so what we get in this wave right here is what we get, right, in the pullback we get sort of an A, a B, and a C. Okay, so we have this, right, so here we have an A, a B, and a C. Okay, so what it's saying is that a triangle is only going to occur in your wave B. So in this wave right here, so that could be a triangle in here, right, or wave 4. Okay, so if we kind of zoom out, right, if I just kind of I'm just going to draw an arrow. I can't really do an arrow in here. I'm going to do a oh, I can't do it. Maybe, can I do an arrow? Will it stretch itself? I don't know if it'll do that. Yeah, I don't think it'll stretch itself. So wave B though, right? So anyway, wave B is going to look something like this, right? So it's just going to be a triangle, right? And same thing with wave 4, right? So wave 4 would be a triangle here too, right? So you have wave 4, also a triangle. Could be a triangle. They don't have to be, but if there's going to be a triangle in Elliott Wave, it's going to occur in wave 4, right? The entire wave itself, right? This entire wave itself would be a triangle, or wave B. Okay, so, and wave B doesn't necessarily have to, I mean, it gets complex, right? I mean, if you're in like a wave B of a zigzag, you still have a triangle in there and all that stuff. So, but pretty cool stuff, right? So, so that's it, right? So, and then the basic labeling, and we've done some series on these before, right? So you have your impulse, you have your move up right here, and then you have your A, right? You have your B, and they're made of 5 waves, right? C, D, E, and then let's get out of the triangle, right? So it's really, really cool stuff. Now, this is different, right? So everything we talked about this week was talking about triangle breakouts, right? Coming back and testing resistance, right? The bow and arrow resistance, right? Catching momentum we talked about yesterday. Today is pretty cool. This is actually helps us get in waves before the triangle breaks out, right? So if we know we're in a wave 4, or if we think we're in a wave 4, right? Nobody ever knows for sure, right? But if we think we're in a wave 4 and we're pretty confident in the wave count, right? We have an A, B, C, D. One of the things we can do is we can actually look to enter on the E before the breakout, right? And then try to catch that move, right? So again, very, very similar stuff. Looks like a bull pennant, right? So oftentimes those pennants are part of a wave B or a wave 4 on an Elliott wave count, right? Same thing, right? And we do the same thing on the wave B. So really, really cool stuff. So that being said, right? So let's look at a couple examples, right? So let's go back, way back yonder. So if you guys remember a couple Elliott wave shows ago, we talked about Zoom, right? So Zoom gave us an awesome triangle on a wave 4 count before a big breakout, right? So where was that? That was up here, right? So we were looking at this as kind of like a wave 1, 2, 3 with the gap. Let me label this for you guys. So you got, say your 1, your 2, your 3 with the gap. Actually, this kind of continued to move its way up. So we had this wave 3 right here, and it finished up wave 3, and then we had the wave 4 triangle. right? So if you guys remember this one, so here's your triangle right here in wave 4. If you catch a triangle, especially in the daily chart, very, very helpful stuff, right? So you definitely want to get a count on this, right? And then we can see how this played out, right? So this here on Zoom was like A, right? B, C, right? And I could have made this a little bit tighter, but D, right, and E. Now, the triangles that we prefer are not like really tight, right? We like them to be a little bit long like this. And this actually gives us a nice little potential entry here to actually buy it at the low of the triangle before this thing is working its way up, right? And that gives us our wave 5 finish, right? And that was the end of that wave, right? And it makes sense too because that's where basically where Zoom put it at its top, right? So we talked about this on the Elliott Wave show not too long ago. If you guys go back to these dates, you can track our show on that one. So now it's been in this crazy corrective pattern. I thought it was going to be over here, but it looks like we're still correcting on this one. So complex correction on Zoom. So good stuff there. Another example, right? Tesla. So if you guys remember Tesla, really, really epic stuff on this one, right? So let me see where we get this pulled up here. So Tesla was another great one here too. Tesla. So Tesla. Huge. This is a beautiful. You see how this triangle is nice and long like this? It's a pain, right, to wait for. It really is. But wow, talk about the payoff on this one. Just fantastic stuff, right? So this ended up being a wave 4, just from this move up right here. So you just kind of see this. You're on Tesla, right? See how this? You had your wave 1, right? You had your wave 2, 3. It's so easy to put a wave count together too once you find your triangle because you're like, okay, there's your wave 4, right? And what do we get, right? So we had your A, B, C, D, E. Well, well, this is good, right? So this is good. So if we entered here off the bottom of this triangle, that still gave a good trade, right? So that still gave a good trade, right? So that's an entry right here about 388 to get all the way to 447. That's still an awesome trade. Don't get me wrong, right? So then from at that point here, you can kind of look at it and be like, okay, well, it just kind of got started with the impulsive wave out of here, right? And then you just start to label it like this. You got a sub wave 1, right? And there's your wave 2. And then boom, right? So, wave 3, 4, 5, right? So you can see, 4, 5, and then just finishes up its move right there. So, but catching it at the bottom of the triangle is a really, really great methodology. And this happened recently too with Amazon, right? So this happened with Amazon as well. So Amazon, again, we've had this big triangle on Amazon for a while, right? So big triangle on Amazon for a while. Big impulsive wave up right here. We've been triangulating for a while. Now we've undershot it. So it means it's possible that we still could get out of this triangle right here if we can get back in it, right? But don't forget, we got bow and arrow resistance, all that stuff we talked about here. But again, it was very, very similar with Amazon. And even if we didn't catch the breakout of the triangle, right, you can still get in at the lows before it gets going. And if you catch the big move, that's even better, right? So A, B, right? We talked about this one for a while. C, right? And we thought originally it was kind of coming down this way. D. Right, if you guys remember before we adjusted it, I'll show you what it looked like here, right? You can kind of go like this, right? So you can see that was what we thought the triangle was. And that gave us an E entry down here, right, at the bottom of the triangle, here. And then you got this nice 1, 2, and then Kapowie, right, worked its way all the way back up to the top of the triangle. And that was before this breakout, right? So if you have the trend line back here, it was a beautiful move, right? I mean, there's your 1, 2 move right here, right? And that's 30.96, and that got all the way up to 33.47, right? So for a huge move, 200-point gain on that one. So really, really impressive stuff. So good. So that's triangles, right? And that's using them on the daily chart and combining it with Elliott Wave. So hopefully you guys found that helpful. And at this point now, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So good stuff. All right. So let's take a look and see what we've got going on. So let's see. So we've got Mike. Oh, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. All right. So you've got a couple good ones. There's some wild names here today. T-Cat. I love it. Let's take a look at this. Let's go to the daily chart here. Let's take a look at T-Cat. T-Cat. Wow. Wow, this is a big day. A couple of days ago, this thing really got going. Wow, this wasn't even on my radar. But anyway, big stuff. There's a couple of big moves on this one here. This is a good day to get in, right? And then if you want to go for the crazy move yesterday, but what a gap up off of TCAT day. I think you guys did mention it, but incredible stuff. Big push there today. A little bit of a pullback here, and but still grinding up after hours. Right? So still kind of doing its thing here today. Epic move on TCAT. Good find on that. JFIN. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. So you were just talking about the JFIN, so nice one on this one too. Again, great breakout move. Good candle here today. Watch the upper shadow on it, but could be interesting here as well. OCG, let's take a look. OCG, big pop there today, a big gap up there and a push, and then a little bit of a pullback, but nice stuff there. Slugger, let's take a look at Super League game. Let's say, yeah, big push on there too. Watch the upper shadow there as well. WSM, there you go. How about Williams Sonoma with a gap and go today? Nice little gap and push over these levels. I mean, how is this even possible? Like, no one's ever shopped here ever, right? And then it's like it's at all-time highs. Oh my goodness. So anyway, that's crazy. So there you go. Williams Sonoma, epic day after earnings day. Incredible stuff. I love it. So spinning top there, see how it handles. I used to do a lot of Elliott Wave on this years ago on Williams Sonoma, and it used to play out pretty well. So but it's amazing to see this. It was amazing. It was $20 not too long ago. Anyway, cool stuff. I think it was like 15 not too long ago. Good grief. Anyway, incredible stuff there. And UPST, let's take a look. Oh my goodness, yeah, incredible move, guys. We didn't expect it to go this type of push right here. Normally a gap and go type candle, right? You'll see at the if we gap over a major level right here, but this one just pushed through. It didn't care. I mean, incredible stuff. It's a nice move on the UPST. Great stuff. Great candles. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. Mike, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, Gary, candles on Tesla. Tesla look a little kind of droopy here after hours here. Inside day. If you guys don't think that's interesting, double inside week on Tesla. When was the last time we had a double inside week back here? Look at that crazy volatility after that. So, again, we've got a little bit compressed here on Tesla. So, tomorrow, guys, quad witching day. Watch those levels. It's going to be very, very interesting. We're just below the trend box here, too, and below the cloud. So if we break down below these lows or we gap down below, watch out on this one. So it could be interesting. So Tesla. But even if it really, really flushes tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if they buy the dip. So anyway, good stuff there. So Boeing. Yeah, so Boeing again. Look at that. We got the inverted hot dog pattern right here. So the two dogs on the outside and the bun on the inside. So again, reversal, 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 right? So pretty cool stuff right there. Let's see how it holds. Let's see how it holds the lows right here, and if it breaks down below the 80 minute. Give a nice push here intraday. We had some good call flow today once again that got us interested alongside. Got us to a nice intraday target level, and then pulled back pretty harshly today. I was looking at some other stuff during the pullback, but yeah, Boeing was a pretty epic pullback later in the day. It was like that, so just kind of got rid of all that stuff. But anyway, so see how it holds the 80 MA here going forward. Cool stuff there. Krishna, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, NEM. This was an interesting one. 2 days ago, it was looking really, really good. Back off of this day right here. So we did get some nice follow through off of that. So that's good. A bit of an upper shadow here over the 200 days. So let's see if it gets any more strength on that. But could be okay. Could be okay. We're definitely keeping an eye on it here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks interesting. I'm kind of indecisive on it, but watch out for that upper shadow on it here so far. So good stuff there. And then Ross. So Klubin Group. Okay, yeah, looking okay. Getting some volume coming in here. 80 MA is starting to curl its way up. So maybe it's trying to give it a little bit of a move. It didn't really push too hard, but let's see if it can try. Good stuff. Really appreciate it. Muku, what's going on? Good to see you. So you got Ride. Let's take a look at Ride here. Hoping a short squeeze brings you back to life. Ooh, yeah, that's it. Well, if you're trading into earnings, right, there's always that binary event, right? I mean, we talk about it here all the time. It's just, it's always a gamble trading into earnings. So it kind of is what it is. They could have better earnings. I think they had better earnings than expected, right? And so, or whatever the case is, you can beat on earnings and go down still, right? So it's tough. So yeah, hopefully it squeezes you up. But again, going into it, you always got to know it's a complete binary event. FedEx, again, that's got an inverted hot dog pattern there too. Oh, Tracy, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing great. Yeah, so FedEx again. Yeah, earnings tonight. So FedEx has earnings tonight, and I think Nike had earnings too. So FedEx is up. So I guess they're good on all their increasing fees and all that stuff. So a big level that we're really looking at. Well, I mean, it could do what Upstart did, but probably doubtful. Something like FedEx, right? We'd really want to see it gap above that 305 level to get going. Otherwise, watch for a potential reversal on FedEx going into tomorrow. APBS, let's take a look. Inside day, yes, kind of definitely keep an eye on those levels here too. And then TTD, Tracy, that's a tough one to trade right there. But it did fail to take the inside day up and came back in the range, so I wouldn't be surprised if it came and tested the inside day lows. So good stuff there. John, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's like, what? So Michael Cat had a breakout. Guys, when you go back and look at Caterpillar, it's like, why have I not been in this name for like a year? Like this one and John Deere, right? Incredible stuff. But yeah, you can see I've done a couple lines on this one in the past. Let me actually clear this up here for a little bit here. That's the weekly chart, but let's take a look. Oh my goodness, Tracy, did I look at yours on the wrong thing there? I'm sorry. Yeah, so FedEx we looked at on the intraday, right? So we already looked at that one. I think I might have pulled up the weekly chart by mistake. No, APBS inside day there. Keep an eye on that one there too. And TTD, what? Yeah, this is the weekly chart. Sorry about that. Yeah, oh, you got to be real careful with this one. But yeah, increased volume below the EMA. But it makes sense here if you look at your weekly chart, what's going on, right? So it may still try to work its way down at the bottom of that weekly candle right there, which is probably corresponding with the 200-day. So so good stuff there. Yeah, so let's take another look at this one here too. Again, that weekly chart is just insane. But yeah, Caterpillar will do it too. Let's see if we can spot. Yeah, here's a nice triangle breakout right here. Right, good one, right? So a good, A, B, C, D, E, boom, right, for a nice move right there. It loves to do these triangles. So it's a good stuff there. Again, this thing's just been epic, like all year long. This one in John Deere, really, really cool stuff. Here's DE. It's like, what, really? John Deere? Goodness gracious. Years ago, it was like just kind of chopping around. I mean, just incredible. Oh, okay, yeah, $392 for John Deere, sure. Good stuff. I love it. So good. So good. So Angel 27 watch. That's what I'm talking about. Smash the like button. I love it. Subscribe and share. I love it. Free info equals free money. There you go. Good free knowledge. We love it. So good stuff there. Thanks, Angel. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. AF, what's going on? Yeah. So PLTR. So PLTR again. Kind of on my bearish radar here going in today. I would like to have seen a little more volume on it. It is drooping down here after hours. Again, under the ADMA. So just a little bit of caution off of that one. And then FUBO. Same thing, inside day below the 80 MA here on this one too, so a little bit of caution off of that one. Nick, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, let's take a look at Square. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to look at this one today. I had folks asking me, oh my goodness, yeah, rough day on Square today. So at this point here on this pullback, right, we don't really see any major levels coming up except for that grayed out area below. See how it holds the 618, right? So it could be working on a little bit of a move right here. I mean, if you kind of look at the bigger picture, may have finished a wave up here. This does look like an ABC, so it could be working on a 1-2. Just see how it handles the 618 there. Otherwise, let's see if it can hold all these prior levels here as support for Square. So, yeah, nasty candle on that one there today. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly, AJ. Yeah, chewy, so you got to be careful with that one. We were expecting rain on today, so again, so Buddy was a little bit nervous on this one here. But, yeah, rough candle here below the ADMA. Still looking like it's working its way down. You got maybe a little bit of support right here, and then you got the 200-day moving average right below it on chewy. Right, and then Neo. I know, yeah, exactly. Neo, so inside day here, below the ADMA. See how it handles those levels. Again, this was pretty rough here again, along with Tesla today, too. So good stuff there. And then Michael, yeah, I know, exactly. Did they pull the plug? I love it. What happened with this one today? Okay, yeah, so we got an inside day here today. Gave us a great gap down yesterday, and now we want to see how they handle this one. So on this inside day, I love it. Good stuff there. And AMC looking interesting. Yeah, they keep on coming out with like positive news, right? Like they announced today, like 98% of their theaters are going to be open, and trying to work itself, it's grinding itself up after hours, right? So very, very good. This is a good one to keep an eye on because they actually have a chance to do well. The only thing that we're missing with AMC is a good movie, right? I mean, there hasn't been a good movie out like in a long time. So once we get some movies out, maybe like people actually go. That's the only hard part. It's like no one's gonna go to the movies. No movies out. So we got that going. That's the only thing. That's the only analysis I really like. Fundamental analysis I have on it. It's like okay, great, open your stores, but no one's gonna go. So anyway, good stuff. And no wonder they went up. Exactly. So good stuff, guys. Awesome. Well, this was a fun discussion. We had fun with triangles this week. AMC is the movie. It really is. We need to do that. Yeah, GameStop, the movie. GameStonk. Anyway, hilarious stuff, guys. It's awesome. So this has been a fun week, guys. I really enjoyed talking about triangles this week. Definitely, if you guys are new here, if anybody's new here, be sure to subscribe, like and subscribe. Right, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We'll go live Friday. If you guys enjoyed talking about Elliott Wave today, we're gonna go live Sunday night with Algo382 with Paul for our Elliott Wave show. We always have a lot of fun with that, and his perspective on Elliott Wave is fantastic. He's in our group, so good stuff. We'll be writing the newsletter this weekend, so if you guys aren't part of our group, definitely consider joining. The link is in the description there. So hopefully we'll see you guys there this weekend, so you can get the newsletter delivered fresh to your inbox on Sunday. And other than that, we'll see you guys Sunday night on the Elliott Wave show, and we'll still be doing a video tomorrow morning and have the bubble report and be in our Discord too. So hope everybody has a great night. Everybody stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game, and we'll talk to you guys soon.